on, intro. It's intro time. Shush. Everyone shut up. Ironheart dislike ratios continues to skyrocket as fans slam trailer with 64% negative feedback. Okay, let's just initial thoughts. What is your take on this headline? Like, what are you thinking about this? What are you thinking about Ironheart?
64 is not enough.
It needs to be 900%. We need to break the math on it.
Well, I think it could be only 64% because no one cares about it.
Well, and I actually really appreciate how transparent everyone is on this, because 64% actually makes some sense to me, because unlike IPs that people know and care about and are invested in, grew up with, and they have an emotional reaction to a trailer that just does their favorite characters dirty, no one gives a flying shit about this show or this character. It's a brand new character in the comic universe. The character was introduced in 2016. So it's brand new. It doesn't have this long-running ethos to pull upon, and it was the modern writers who were making the character.
Yeah, I think they only sold 2,000 comics too.
Yeah, it was because
which is insane for Marvel.
Before we started the channel, this was a major story. I think you and I paid pretty close attention to.
2,000 candy bars.
Yeah. Dude, yeah, I could sell 2,000 candy bars. Yeah. So I could sell 2,000 pens. Hey, what do you
sell me this pen.
Sell me this pen. Hey, write your name down. I don't have a pen. Well, here you go. But my point is that we were following before the YouTube channel started, when all these new comic books with the LGBTQ messaging in them, they were focused really hard on the modern messaging. They were attacking the original creators. They were pushing industry legends out of these major creative studios for comic books. I mean, we were both paying pretty close attention to the industry when that was going down. This was not one that was this wasn't even famous enough to be a point of controversy for those problems. This is really just a nothing character.
It is a nothing character, and that's why it's been sitting on the shelf for 3 years now.
Yeah, and oh, that's right. It's been complete for a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, 3 years. It's been done for 3 years. They've just been sitting on it.
Well, and now
they're contractually obligated to release it. That's why they're dumping it.
Well, and right before we're gonna get the new Avengers stuff coming out, and I mean, do we have any more projects coming up before Avengers? Doom.
Yeah, Ironheart. Fantastic Four.
Right, in July. Yep, in the summer.
I don't know if anything's after that. I think it just goes into Doomsday. But
it would make some sense right after Fantastic Four to just go straight to Doomsday, because it's kind of obvious for anyone who knows, but with Doctor Doom being the main antagonist for the Fantastic Four, that timeline makes some sense. You wouldn't want a lot of filler in between here and there.
Yeah, but when do they ever, have plans that make sense?
Fair point. Well, and they did that with Captain Marvel, right? They made Captain Marvel required reading for Endgame.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, which was frustrating as shit. I can't even remember how long. Do you remember how long the gap between Infinity War and Endgame was? Was it only a year?
It was a year.
Okay, because I didn't.
They shoved Captain Marvel in between the two, so it's the all-time peak of Marvel. So everyone's gonna go see it. That's why it made over $1 billion. And then Endgame comes out, and everyone in the theater sighs when they see fucking Captain Marvel.
15. They brought her down to 15 minutes of runtime, and that still felt like forever. And then you had the female Avengers assembled, and I just audibly groaned.
The whole theater did. I remember that. Everyone's like, "What the fuck are you guys doing?
Why? Immersion breaking, dude. You're in the highest stakes battle that people have been waiting 10 years for." And you're doing this shit for no reason. It doesn't do anything. No one was sitting there thinking all of these female characters are should be in the kitchen or anything. All these characters are important. We're not saying
we unshackled them from the stove so they could pose,
so they could run the gauntlet. But all right, let's dig a little bit deeper into the story. So Marvel Ironheart's trailer isn't just underperforming, it's collapsing in real time under an avalanche of dislikes. The author of the article goes in to say that while they were writing it, they had 312 dislikes, and just in the amount of time it took them to finish writing the article, it had already jumped up an extra 3,000 dislikes. putting in them at 64%. And I'm just gonna so yeah.
As you're writing the article, you got to constantly keep bumping up the
You hit
number.
refresh, it goes up 1,000 dislikes every time you click refresh. But to that point, I did pull up the video now. They're at 367,000. So they've jumped, what is that, 40,000 dislikes since the article came out, I think yesterday. So yeah, yesterday. So I mean, 40,000 additional dislikes in a day. Again, not even for an IP people necessarily are invested in or care about or have like a hate boner for. I mean, this isn't getting like brigaded. Like you don't have the sphere that like we talk about, the pop culture sphere, going to war against this project. It really is just someone or a character and a story that no one at all cares about.
They're trying to replace Iron Man, which in the MCU is almost impossible because everyone loves RDJ's Iron Man.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, now you want her to fill his shoes? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, when you have the perfect typecasting, you don't change it up. Now to the point, let's see. They're at 191 likes. I just want to remember what the article said. I thought it had like 170. Yeah, so 191 likes to date, 177,000 likes.
So it went up like 14.
Yeah. So 40 to 14. It's like, yeah, even now, the dislikes, people are just not enjoying the trailer. Because I don't think anyone could be like, oh, they're just hate on it because it's a female black Iron Man. I was like, no, I'm not invested enough to care about those things at all. Well, even if I did normally care about them, which I don't.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing all the tropes to where it's like, some dude's talking to Ironheart and be like, no one recognizes how great you are and blah, blah, blah. And she's like, I just want to be iconic.
Yeah.
And then hence the rap music comes in.
Yeah, because no one's ever seen a black superheroes like movie trailer with rap music in it. Like never stands out.
I want to see trailers where whoever's on screen, it goes to their like stereotypical music.
Like their walkout music. Just consistently flips back and forth between who's on screen. Have ChatGPT or AI recreate new music to kind of merge. So if you have who's the in Wakanda or in Wakanda Forever or Black Panther, you had Martin Freeman. You have Martin Freeman and Chad and Chad Brosnan.
It goes to like some Celtic music and it goes back to rap.
Yeah, well, or it just combines the two into some folky rap. I think it would be kind of I think that could be funny. I'm honestly interested in just...
It's just a sea shanty, and then he goes into Kanye West's new song.
No, don't do it. We don't talk about the Kanye West new song.
I was gonna say it.
I mean, I don't think we need to say it. I think people will know if they don't know. But I did actually. So I saw the story about Kanye West's new song, and I am not going to say it. I would prefer it not be spoken. The HH song. Yeah.
Apparently it's a banger. I haven't heard it. It
actually hits kind of hard.
Yeah.
Like if you change the lyrics to any other combination of words, I'd still be like, all right, this is not bad.
It's also getting the Streisand effect to where it's being banned off of everything, so everyone's wanting to look it up and see it.
Yep.
So
that's how it's actually, for me, that's how it started. Like
I saying it's gonna be the song of the summer.
God, that'd be so freaking funny. Dude, honestly, that is the timeline we live in, that would be like an anthem now.
Yeah, it's just a troll song.
It would be so funny. Okay.
But anyway.
For people who don't know, just the context, Kanye West, he put out a new song. Just Google search that. We don't have to handhold you to this one, but I found it on X. I was not able to find it on YouTube. Big surprise. But I was able to find it on X easily enough. So go check out X, formerly Twitter, and you'll find it. Because everyone should hear it. Everyone should hear it. It should be your choice about whether or not it's the worst thing on the planet or if it's just a classic Kanye West song.
The only part I've heard from it is Ben Shapiro's reaction to it.
Well, and honestly, I'm like, I don't give a flying fuck what Ben has to say about much anymore. Like, he's so corporatist. I'm just so uninterested. Yeah. And I don't hate corporations. I just, you're not going to convince me that someone who's just trying to get through my days, should be like in love with the idea that corporations get extra tax benefits or extra bonuses, anything like that. I just don't, you're not going to get me on that bandwagon, but whatever.
But we digress.
We are digressing a little hard, and that's my fault, adding too much context. But let's continue. So nearly 2/3 of the viewers who reacted to the trailer gave it a thumbs down, and with each passing hour, the gap widens. For a studio that once enjoyed near universal praise, this marks yet another alarming data point in a growing pattern of rejection. And then we liken that to like A dislike disaster on par with Snow White. Dude, Snow White.
Oh yeah, they re-released it in theaters on Mother's Day,
Yeah.
and it made $200,000.
Oh my God. I love it. I love that for them.
It's insane.
Because you know what's funny about this is that Snow White.
Oh, by the way, it
Go
was
ahead.
like $50 a theater for how many theaters they put it in. So like
Wow.
2 people from each theater went to go see it.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's such a horrible. That's a scary number. I mean, on Mother's Day, I mean, you would think you'd be seeing movies. I mean, some people go out and do that. I don't know.
There's just a lot of brawls on Mother's Day,
Yeah.
like Cracker Barrel and shit like that.
Oh, Cracker Barrel. I wish we had one here. It's not far. The one we have is not.
I've never been.
You never. What?
No.
Guys,
Dude, I'm not white. I can't go there.
can we get 10? If we get 10 likes on this video, Cody, we'll go to Cracker Barrel. We'll make it happen.
How far is the nearest one?
It's in the middle of the state.
Oh shit.
The capital. Yeah. But yeah, we gotta go. But
we live in the whitest state and there's one.
yeah, there's one Cracker Barrel. How did we get so fucking like poor? But a dislike disaster on par with Snow White. Snow White and Wish, the 100-year anniversary, and Snow White should have been the 2 movies that just broke Disney's wallet wide open and just made everything huge for them. That should have been like their hard push. And to be fair, they did, but both movies flop so hard. Wish is the only one I'm kind of like, I need to double check the numbers to make sure I'm right on that, but it definitely did not hit what it should have. No
I mean,
way. But
when it comes to Disney, it's also like they've been destroying their brand for long enough to where
even normies are like, I don't think they're going to have anything I want to see.
right.
Yeah.
It took Mufasa fucking months in order to make a profit.
And after sabotaging Sonic, because
Yeah.
it was battling with Sonic 3.
Sonic did even better.
Sonic,
But like I'm watching Andor right now.
Yeah.
On Disney Plus. I'm not
You're not
sailing the high
seas?
seas.
Yep.
And so I'm not paying for like the advertisement free one.
Right. Just take the advertisements and just, yeah.
So there's about 3 commercial breaks per episode.
oh my God.
Each one has a 15-second advertisement for the new Lilo and Stitch coming out. So I've seen that 15-second clip about 60 times.
Lilo and Stitch is, now what do I think about this? I don't want to dig too deep into Lilo and Stitch, but if they're marketing and pushing it that consistently, well, and also they might just, I can't tell if that is them pushing it super hard or if they just don't have a lot of advertisers flocking to Disney Plus to give a lot of diversity to the short ads.
Well, it's mostly Big Pharma that's advertising on there. It's insane.
Why does that make so much fucking sense?
They were advertising like
Just rent out an office in Disney headquarters.
yeah,
Jesus.
they're advertising something for like, I don't know, joint ailments or whatever. And then the next advertisement is like, take this pill if you have
Cialis. It's like take Cialis.
if you're getting certain side effects from this one that we just advertised.
I love you.
Like, I freaking hate Big Pharma so much.
I love Big Pharma. They are so entertaining. Here's a medication that's going to kill you.
Yeah.
See your doctor.
Take this other medication to avoid that one killing you.
And it's a daisy chain. Yeah, something. But Snow White, Wish, they should have done blockbuster numbers. And even if Wish made money, which I don't think it did. I mean, still should have done way better. Should have been newsworthy numbers.
Well, yeah, it was supposed to be a celebration, 100th anniversary or whatever, and they just turned it into a shit show where the antagonist of the movie was actually the right. He was in the right.
He was the correct guy. He was actually
Why
like,
don't you just grant everyone's wishes?
We
It's
all-
like, bitch.
we all learned this lesson in Bruce Almighty. It's like,
Yeah.
if you're God and you just give everyone what they want.
Simon Pegg did a movie like that too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right. Where aliens gave him a magic hand and he could just wave problems
Yeah.
away. Literally just wave a problem away. That's crazy. Good. I mean, I see clips and it looks fun. It looks like an enjoyable film. Disney's Snow White is still the gold standard for Backlash, raking in literally millions of dislikes, sparking months of controversy. Now Ironheart seems to be rising up as a contender to the infamous crown, proving that Disney's superhero branch isn't immune to the same rejection plaguing its remakes. Yeah, true. Yeah, true. It's absolutely not immune to it. I mean, if anything, honestly, I think that superhero movies are probably the more common thing to get super hard hit on Disney product. The 2 things that stand out to me when it comes to normal Disney films would be like the Buzz Lightyear. debacle.
Holy shit, I forgot about that movie.
Right, like the Buzz Lightyear debacle is one that stands out to me. Wish was a problem, but some of them, like Inside Out,
Elementals, I think, was one too.
Elementals got hit hard, but now we're in superhero movies. The Lion King actually got disliked. Lion King actually suffered a dislike ratio on its trailer. So I mean, most of what they put out, I would say, if they're not blocking it, or if they're not hiding things, usually suffers a bit. Most people who are on YouTube paying attention, I think, are the ones who are leaving the theaters or not watching the films. It's the normies who still have cable or just watch Netflix consistently.
Yeah, that aren't plugged into the news cycle.
Aren't paying attention. And you know what? Fine. Hey, Samoa Costa, thank you so much for the subscription, buddy. Thank you so. That's awesome. Man, that's awesome of you. You're the best. We love you.
But yeah, I mean, they're just dropping this. They dropped the trailer right before the Superman trailer because I think they just want to like shove it under the rug. But they also put out like a behind the scenes thing.
That's right.
The day before.
Well, and I've been seeing some articles or not articles, I guess. I would be seeing some stories and some posts on X talking about Ironheart and talking about how Robert Downey Jr.'s character is such a mirror to this character or what they're trying to do. But they were pushing for more extra representation, things like that. And I get it. You have a message, but if it's not, I mean, movies need a theme. They don't need a message.
Yeah, this whole message thing died years ago. That's why they've been sitting on it for 3 years.
But they won't stop doing it, though. I mean, okay, you said they had an obligation to put out this movie or this show contractually. So, yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens with it. But I mean, Disney Plus is where things go to die, it seems, mostly.
Well, I mean, everyone loved Netflix's Daredevil.
Right.
And then they made the show on Disney Plus, and it didn't even break the streaming charts. No one watched the new Daredevil. Do you think anyone's going to watch Ironheart?
Right. Well, and they were... you had... What are the actors' names for Daredevil? It's the guy who plays Kingpin, and then it's...
Vincent D'Onofrio is Kingpin, and then Charlie Cox is...
All right. Daredevil. Yeah, they had they'd put out a short video or a post praising one of the Marvel projects, and I think it's Ironheart. I'd have to double check and refine that post. I should have saved it. But a comment. So continuing on the article, a common thread: audiences aren't responding to characters that feel like corporate replacements rather than organic, well-developed protagonists. That's because Disney has no clue how to develop protagonists. They have no idea how to write character arcs. They don't know how to tell a story of growth or overcoming problems. They just put a character in there and think if you put enough explodies on the screen, normies are just going to keep buying their shit.
Well, their protagonists now are just, they've always been great. And it's just people need to recognize that they've always been great. There is no,
right.
They go through no development whatsoever.
It's the audience's fault for not being smart enough to understand what these snooty college dropout writers in Hollywood are trying to put together. So the
that is a thing. Like you go back to like Tolkien or whatever. Went to war.
Let's do it.
A lot of great writers and whatnot actually lived a life. And now we're just getting writers that come straight out of college, no experience in the world whatsoever. Their college is paid for by taxpayers now, pretty much.
Yeah, it is. It's completely subsidized by taxpayers. And then it's got to be forgiven. So you're going to go and you're going to get this $100,000 a year salary to go write terrible projects that'll all flop in the theaters, won't make any money, but they'll still benefit from tax breaks and credits. So they'll make their money back, and they'll be able to push their other product lines and do a bunch of advertisements on it, and everything will be fine for them. Meanwhile, the regular taxpayer who did not waste all this extra time going to college for a useless degree and actually contributes to society's growth, they get left in the fucking dirt and have to hold the bill while all these people get their college paid off.
It's annoying.
Fucking politics, man.
God damn, we're gonna go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, I'm trying. This is a hard line for me to like skirt because I struggle with this one, man. I want to go down it, but then I like calm down, Tox. Relax, buddy.
Man. We're talking about superheroes.
There's no need to get political. Don't pull a Disney. Ironheart wasn't built through years of storytelling. She was inserted, fast-tracked, and now marketed as a spiritual successor to a hero she never even met. Yeah, Marvel's desperate name drop strategy. So the marketing for Ironheart has leaned hard onto the legacy of Iron Man. In the recent Empire feature, actress Dominique Thorne recalled a backstage interaction where Robert Downey Jr. gave her 2 thumbs up. Marvel has clung to this moment, framing it as a symbolic passing of the torch. Yeah, this guy's article is like kick ass.
I'm sick of these like passing on the mantle thing.
Yeah, you don't need
Captain
to.
America. We're getting it with Shiri or whatever. That's the new Black Panther.
Yep.
We're getting it with Ironheart. We got
Even Spider-Man, which
Hawkeye passed it down to Kate Bishop.
yeah. Did you say? Do you mean Falcon? Which fair?
No, Hawkeye. There was a Hawkeye show. You remember that?
No.
Yeah.
There was a Hawkeye show.
Haley Steinfeld played Kate Bishop, I think, or something.
I got no idea.
So
First
she's the new Hawkeye. Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. I thought you were saying Hawk guy.
Hawk Tua guy.
I thought you were saying Hawk guy because I was thinking Hawk Girl from DC Universe.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell did we just hard flip to? Hawkeye. Yes, that. Spider-Man too, but they wrote that well. Where Spider-Man had the Iron Man handing it down, but they actually did that through character development, growth, dialogue, putting these characters together into
taken
scenes.
away and proved himself and blah 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 blah.
And honestly, if you wanted to do anything with a mentor passing the torch, realistically, it should be Tom Holland. Tom Holland is the only character that makes sense to be an Iron Man replacement. I mean, because he even has his in not No Way Home.
Far From Home.
Far From Home. He even has he builds his new Spider-Man suit, custom Spider-Man suit.
Yeah, but now we're in the place where no one even knows who Spider-Man is.
Yeah, he's in the desert alone, captured by terrorists who don't know his name, and he has to build his suit from scratch.
They're just remaking Iron Man.
He's practically Iron Man, but he's actually in New York. So
he's swinging from sand dune to sand dune.
So we have the comparison between the characters is that this bitch is dumpster diving and she's putting together these amazing super suits out of just stuff she finds in a trash can.
Like there's a bunch of Stark tech just sitting in a trash can.
Classic Stark. Well, that is Homecoming. That was kind of how Homecoming, the villain, was built.
Yeah, I mean that was it right after the aftermath of Avengers.
Yeah, Avengers 1.
It's hard to keep timelines straight.
Yes, but basically my point is that yes, collecting garbage means you're going to become a superhero.
Yeah, obviously.
You're going to have superpowers if you just dig through the trash a little bit. Homeless people beware.
Beware the homeless.
Beware the homeless.
You've got a bunch of Iron Mans running around on our streets.
So it looks like the plan for the show is that they're going to drop it's going to be a 6-episode show. They're going to drop 3 of them on day 1. And the article goes on to say, the Backlash isn't just about tone or legacy, it's about strategy. Marvel will release 3 of the Ironheart 6 episodes on day 1, a move widely seen as an attempt to inflate minutes watched metrics before the inevitable drop-off. It's the same tactic used for Echo, another Disney Plus series that failed to land though in Echo's case, Marvel dropped the entire series in a single day. Well, it's also, what was it? Minutes watched is a number that every major studio tries to play with those numbers. Like you can move the numbers around really well if you just have
if your
all
show
the metrics.
isn't being watched, you just throw out minutes watched.
Right.
Minutes watched could mean like they do it based on like how many people on an account, shit like that.
Yep.
I mean, say you fall asleep to it and it just keeps on playing.
Well, and let's talk about Amazon for just a second. With Amazon and Rings of Power, they keep making the excuse that Rings of Power was not meant to be a financial gangbuster that made the studio a bunch of money from itself. It was a marketing ploy to get more people on Prime Video. So they wanted to build the streaming platform subscription numbers up. And, Prime Video is a hard one to look at and be like, how many of these people are on Prime Video because they have Amazon Prime? And how many of these people are there because they organically like the content? I've given Amazon praise for some of their creative works. I think that what they did with Has-Been Hotel, they gave Vivzy Pop full creative control with the new season she's got coming out. Vox Machina is successful. People really love that show, and I don't know what the numbers show as far as like was there drop off in season 2. I expect there probably was a little, but
yeah, I stopped watching season 2. Didn't I describe it as like the Fast and Furious?
You said it was Guardians of the Galaxy in a
setting.
In a D&D setting. Yeah. And I don't think
friendship wins the day.
Friendship does win the day always. But I'm looking forward to more of that storyline. Critical Role has another animated project coming out, but it's going to be it's going to be a different art style. And when they put out the teaser content, I was not at all impressed. I don't like this new art style they're trying to go for, and maybe it'll be amazing. And I'm just getting ahead of myself. But Amazon has some great things, but I don't think most people are on Amazon Prime because they are looking for like the best catalog of content. I think they're there out of convenience because they can get Prime Video.
Yeah, I mean the only show like Boys is on Prime, right? Boys was Boys was good. Season 1 was good, and then it just started slowly dropping off.
Mm-hmm.
I think Invincible is probably the best thing they got.
Oh, that's a good point. Yep, Invincible. And
but other than that, I don't really watch Prime at all.
No, there's almost nothing in there for me. We will see what happens with Warhammer 40K. I'm
Reacher.
Terminal List is I thought I read somewhere Terminal List is supposed to get a second season. I don't know that that's true.
Yep. They're working on it.
Hey, we got Planks joining the chat. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for being here, man.
Howdy, y'all.
Howdy, Planks. So just to conclude this article, the fans have spoken. The dislike ratio speaks for itself, and we can use the article's numbers, but again, if we just look at the actual trailer, the actual numbers on the Marvel Entertainment's YouTube channel, they have 300. I'll just hit refresh real quick, see if it 367. I don't expect it to have gone up, but how funny would that have been if it would jump like
30K?
It would jump to another 3K. Yeah, so 367,000 dislikes to 191,000 dislikes, so nearly a 2-to-1 now. Or I guess it has a ways yet before it's 2-to-1, but it's close. And so just to wrap up that story, we have from that Park Place and the author Marvin Montanaro, Ironheart dislike ratio continues to skyrocket as fans slam trailer with 64% negative feedback. Great article, great points and good details on it. Really appreciate the work that you guys put into the stories here.
I tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life.